Hi everyone, it's Phil from Ashland Leather. I wanted to show you some very special custom wallets that our customers have spec'd out and ordered from us. We're going to start off first. Beautiful Fat Herbie. This one is Western Cigar Shell Cordovan on what I believe is Western Whiskey Shell Cordovan. And then this one has a really special candy cane hand stitching. And the candy cane stitching is what we've been calling this alternating thread color along the outside that you can see here. On the inside, we've continued the hand stitching here. We have reverse, I believe this is reverse cigar card holders on top of some of the 1940s calfskin, which I do not believe we have very much left of. What I think is most special about this is the stained edge that we've applied to this one that really frames out the look of the entire piece. Up next is another total stunner. We've got a Fat Herbie here with marbled black shell cordovan, and the lighter undertones of this marbled black shell really highlight the amaretto shell that it's sitting on top of. So I love this choice here. We also have a continuation of that theme with some orange stitching along the outside border. On the inside, we have some epic splatter on reverse ultraviolet shell. And you can see in the middle center here, that orange piece of leather. I believe this is actually dip dyed amaretto. So we're getting a little bit of that amaretto color through the inside. And another one here that looks like a Fat Herbie, but this is actually our traveler passport holder. You can tell because it's slightly taller than our normal Fat Herbie, and this allows you to fit a passport on the larger sections of the interior of the wallet. Let's look at the outside first. This one we have some marbled color number 8 shell cordovan, which is totally striking. You can see just how dynamic this shade is. As I spin it around, the color will transform before your eyes. Some angles a little bit lighter and shows more of those golden orange tones, and then other angles a little bit darker and shows off some more of that color 8. And the inside center, this looks like it could be marbled black or marbled green shell cordovan. On the interior, we have some really cool reverse black cordovan, and these are hand glazed pieces of reverse cordovan. So you can see it's got a little bit of an additional luster, a little bit more of a mirror-like shine. And then we have some hidden card slots here in some more marbled color 8 shell. Another Fat Herbie in marbled color number 8 shell cordovan. I'll linger on this one for a moment just to show you that range of color that we see in the marbled shells. Really beautiful piece here, bright mirror-like shine that we expect to see on shell cordovan. This is exactly what you want to see. And on the inside, we've got some more marbled color 8 shell cordovan with an ink stamp cut right into the center. And here's the little baby brother to the Fat Herbie. This is our Tony the Ant wallet. It's a little bit smaller than the Fat Herbie. We originally started doing this by request. People liked the idea of the Fat Herbie here, but they wanted the aesthetic of this exterior bill slot and just shrunken down in form factor. So that's how we came up with the Tony the Ant design. And that even more recently, within the last year or so, we started doing vertical card slots. So this has 2 vertical slots on the left, 2 on the right, and then there are hidden card slots underneath each side as well. So a total of 6 card slots. And then we have that bill slot on the outside. So the leather choice here is perfect for somebody that wants patina. I noticed that shell cordovan ages very dramatically, so it will slowly develop to become darker and more golden brown, but you do retain a bit of this yellowy orange undertone, even with the patina accumulation on top. The other thing is, being a light natural shade, it gives you more room to develop a more dramatic patina, as opposed to starting off with something like color 8. That doesn't change too much. The natural shell really wants to change. Up next is another fun one. This is an additional variant on the Tony the Ant. We call this the tall Tony the Ant because we have the bill slot on the outside that extends all the way to the top. That's the tall part of it. And there's no lower thumb notch like on the standard Tony the Ant, but you can see we have this large bill slot on the inside. This is great for people that want to carry larger paper currency, like some taller euro and some of the taller yens. The additional new feature on this one that the customer spec'd out is vertical 8 slot. The difference here is the vertical 8 slot has, of course, 2 more slots. So you can see 1, 2, 3 card slots on the left and 3 on the right with the hidden card slot underneath. We've got some beautiful leather on the inside here. This is the Epic Splatter reverse color 8. And on this one, we have that really special 13th anniversary Ashland stamp that's only available to be spec'd out for the rest of this year. So speaking of spec'ing out wallets, if you're interested in a custom wallet, you're gonna have to order one pretty soon if you want it quickly, especially for the holidays. The lead times will get dramatically longer. So if you're looking to get something before the holidays, I'd encourage you to spec one out with us now. You can do that by emailing us at info@ashlandleather.com. Just tell us what you're looking for, maybe what your dream wallet is, and then we can help you refine the options. So speaking of refining options, this one has just about all the options. So this is royal blue cypress leather on the outside. I love this leather. It's a really nice medium blue. It's not like a navy blue, but it does have lighter sort of baby blue undertones to it. It's really great when you put it next to red stitching, and that's what we have on the outside of this one. And on the inside, we have another vertical 8-slot interior. This is a combination of colors with garnet and amaretto shell cordovan. And here's another leather that I love that is widely appreciated on footwear, but sort of underappreciated on our wallets. So we don't offer it too often, but it is really, really nice. This is Horween's Chrome Excel leather, and this is black Chrome Excel. I think we don't do a good job selling these because I can't seem to photograph them in a very dramatic way. It's a really nice leather, especially when you get it in your hand. So the first thing that you might notice about Chrome Excel is just how flat and smooth it is. It almost looks like the same smoothness as a piece of shell, but this is made out of steer hide and it is not cordovan. This is a special piece here, another Tony the Ant version, but this is the tall Tony the Ant with the bill slot going all the way to the top. And then the inside, we have our traditional card slots, and these are made in a thinner horsehide latigo. Up next is a Bugs Moran. One of my favorite leathers is the raw cordovan, and this is a color of raw cordovan called denim. So this is raw denim blue shell cordovan on the Bugs Moran, contrasting cream color stitching, natural waxed and burnished edges. And then on the inside, we have some reverse blue on top of navy blue shell cordovan. Up next is another Bugs Moran. I'm actually not 100% sure of what color this is because we have a few medium brown shades that are starting to look similar to me. If I'm right, I think this is color number 4 shell cordovan, which happens to be one of my favorite shell cordovan colors. Color 4 is a medium brown with reddish undertones, and I believe that's what we're looking at here. You can see what I'm talking about. Definitely dark brown or darker brown at this angle, a little bit more red and brown at this angle. This one is hand stitched with a sapphire blue thread color, which is totally striking against the brown. And on the inside, we have some more of that same leather, Horween ink stamp in the center, and you can see a little bit of these Horween measure machine stamp marks as well. Those are the more digital looking ones. And let's look at some more new designs. This is our Lucky Wallet. This one is a flap closure on the front. And the idea is that you can put your bills on the back side here, flap it closed, and then you don't have anything to fumble around with and fuss around with because this leather will retain its shape. So as you wear this leather, it will stay closed just like this. And that's sort of the idea of the Lucky Wallet. This is another 13th anniversary one where we have some natural shell cordovan with the lizard texture on top of it. This one is also hand stitched in a cream color stitching. And then we have color 8 shell cordovan for the flap. Here's another fun version that has become very popular over the last year or so. This is like our Frank the Enforcer card holder, except we flipped the card slots the other way. So we call it the vertical Frank the Enforcer. This is made in a beautiful piece of color 8 shell cordovan. And what I love about the color 8 shell cordovan pieces that we make is how we hand stain all the edges to match. We actually use the same exact stains as the tannery. So by matching the edges with that same dye that the tannery uses, you get a really refined look. And to finish it off, I've got a few Capone money clips to show you. This one is black gator shell cordovan with a really cool framed out look. You can see some of those lighter color edges poking through. These are natural waxed and burnished edges that, again, I think frame out the wallet very nicely. I was just talking about some boots that I have that have a natural color welt around some black Chrome Excel leather, and I think it just makes the black look even better. On the inside of this one, we have some natural latigo. Here's another fun one in a texture. This is Western cigar shell cordovan, and cigar shell cordovan is the darkest brown color that Horween has. It doesn't have any of those reddish burgundy undertones like the color 8 shell cordovan has. So if you're looking for more of a straightforward brown shade, the cigar shell cordovan is what I recommend. We also have matching hand stained edges in that same cigar shell color along all the outside of this wallet, and then reverse Western cigar for the interior, and you're seeing the back side of the texture here. That's really cool. On this one, I remember speccing this out with a customer. We have a gold foil stamp on the bottom right. Up next is an ultraviolet shell cordovan Capone money clip. This one also has the same ultraviolet hand stained edges, which gives it a very refined look. You can see more ultraviolet on the inside, and then the lighter pink color thread along this one really brings out some of those lighter undertones. Here's another one with matching edges. This is the garnet shell cordovan. Garnet shell cordovan is the most red color that Horween makes, and for a bunch of years this was known as color number 2 shell cordovan. So it's roughly a quarter of the darkness of that classic color number 8. And speaking of color 8, this is color number 8 Dublin. I think this is probably our most underrated leather and color that we have currently. We don't actually offer a ton of it, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But this is Horween's Dublin leather made to match the color of color number 8 shell cordovan. So it's a very dark brown and burgundy shade. You can see on the spine of the wallet here where you have some more of those burgundy shades coming through, and that's the undertone of all of this leather. And you can really tell once I flex it and bring it out. As this leather is worn and used in, those waxes that are finished onto the grain start to melt a little bit, and you reveal a little bit more depth of color just with normal use. And the inside, we have some more color number 8 Dublin. So I got to come back to the first wallet that we showed in the video. This one is an absolute stunner. That Western cigar shell cordovan on Western whiskey, I believe. And then that candy cane hand stitching, super, super cool. Whoever spec'd this one out, you got a great eye. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. And if you wanted to custom order something from us, again, you can email info@ashlandleather.com. Just send us what you think your dream wallet might be. Maybe it's a vertical Frank the Enforcer and you know you want some sort of blue shade. Let us know that, and then we can send you the availability of different blue colors that we have. All right, until next time, hope you guys have a good one and take care.